Joe Gauss Godis, I'm commissioned my company, public organization. My company hires extra workers for more revenue, starvers workers, high turnover. How can I help? Okay, cool. There you go. And then thoughts on protest tomorrow and today and tomorrow in D.C.
Who's the person that wrote that?
The last one?
Yeah.
I have no clue who it is.
Let me just give credit to the person that asked this question. I'll ask it from you as well. It's Gaius Jodius. He asked the question, what a weird name. But
For the record, I pronounce it Gaius Jodius, and I hold nothing against Patrick Bet-David. English is not his first or second or third language, much less ancient Latin names. So what's the deal with the username? You can't tell me that's your actual name, right? And you're right, it's not. I used to post political content, and I did it under my own name. And it got 700,000 views in 24 hours. Very quickly, though, the reality of the potential repercussions of that sunk in for me. Thankfully, no one threatened me or my employer, but I can't afford private security if things were to go wrong, and I can't afford to be fired if my employer gets threats. So I didn't post anything for a long time. Until one day I was listening to a talk given by Patrick Bet-David. He said that we ought to all be making content, and it's not about whether or not you go viral or not. It's about preserving a legacy. He asked the crowd he was speaking to, what would you pay if you could have 100 hours of content from someone you love but could no longer see because they'd passed away? I immediately paused the video and called up my grandmother and said, "We're making content, Grandma." And she goes, "What?" I said, "I'm going to record you making all of your favorite dishes so that way, after you're gone, we'll have a record of that we can play for our children." And then I started thinking to myself, I can start posting content myself, but I'll just use a pseudonym. Now, Gaius was the first name of the Roman emperors. And also, in one of the books I enjoy, the main characters are from the house of Gaius. Now, I may never have anything go viral ever again. But in case I do, using a username like this gives me, and potentially my employer, plausible deniability that it wasn't necessarily me. Now, some may eventually dox me, but I'm hoping that if I do go viral, and this account does get death threats, that it'll give me some time between when the death threats start and to when I can monetize this channel sufficiently to protect myself. It's unfortunate that people need to go through such precautions in order to use free speech, which is why, if I ever do get subscribers, I figure we can call them a Legion for Free Speech. If you wish to join the Free Speech Legion, please subscribe.